Hi everyone, Sheree here. Today I'm going to be creating a pocket page using the beautiful Felicity Jane Megan Kit. I'll just give you a quick look at the papers in this kit. This is the paper pack that you get, and I mean, just look at the colours and patterns in this pack. It is really beautiful. Alright, I will be mainly focusing on the journaling cards, however, because I am doing a pocket page. So I've got the cards here from the kit. You can see there's a beautiful selection there. I've also got my journaling already printed, and you'll just be able to see it's a little bit smaller than the 4x3 cards, so that whichever card I choose, it'll be a nice little border around it. I've also got a white tag here from my stash. But from the kit, I do have the stamp set here, and I'm looking at maybe using a couple of these sentiments here, like Lovely Little Moment, A Day to Remember, and Love This Life. So I've got those three there to choose from. I've also got the pretty paper bows that are in the kit this month. I just love these, they're so fun. And I've also got the puffy stickers as well. Over here in a little bowl, I've got little tiny tags from this kit. These are so handy, and I've just attached a little bit of twine to one. It's one with a little pink on the end, and I'm thinking that's how I'll add the date to this spread. I've also got the die cuts over here, and I've got the mint mini wide paper clips. These were not from this month's kit. I believe they were last month's kit, but you can find them in the store. They're really handy to have in your stash as well. So I've got my photos ready to go. I think to start off with, I'll just go and add some stitching around my journaling card and maybe even around the tag, and I'll be back in a moment to show you how I'm going to put this together. Okay, so the machine stitching is now done. You can see it around the edge of the journaling and the tag there. So now I'm going to move on and do a bit of stamping. So I'm using Stays On ink, just adding my stamp to the clear block and making sure I've got lots of ink there, and just straight onto some scrap white cardstock. The plan is that I'm just going to stamp them all up, cut them out, and then decide which ones I'm going to use. So the next one says Love This Life. And I'm loving how well these are stamping up the first go. This is the first time I've used these stamps. Lots and lots of ink on this one because it's quite a solid stamp. This one says Lovely Little Moment. They're looking pretty good. There's a closer look there. And now I'm just going to grab my scissors and cut those ones out. So that's done. Now I'm going to move on to that tiny tag and add the date. So I'm just making sure my date stamp is going to work, and it does fit. And this is the Felicity Jane roller date stamp. I love this stamp. It's one of my favorites. So what I'm going to do is just carefully roll the date onto the tag. And I'm using Stays On ink because I find it's the best ink to use on these slick sort of surfaces with these labels. So that's done. Now I'm going to just put everything into place. I'm using that really pretty colourful journaling card in the top left. I wanted blue down in the right, but that gingham card just wasn't working because the pattern was too similar to the top left card. So I've cut one from the blue pattern paper from the kit, and I'm quite happy with that. Alright, so now I'm just adding double-sided tape to the back of all those pieces, and to the back of the journaling and those stamped pieces, and then I can start sticking these things together. Alright, so I've got that tag as well that I need to put together, but first I'm just going to adhere that journaling to that top left journaling card. So just centering it as best I can. I've decided to put the A Day to Remember stamped piece at the top of that, and I will add some machine stitching to that as well a little bit later. Next I'm going to finish off this tag, so I'm just sticking down that reinforcer piece with some liquid glue, and then I'm going to decide which stamped piece to use on this. So I do end up leaning towards the Lovely Little Moment piece, but I'm just wanting to see what both of them look like. I think in the end I decided that the Love This Life stamp was a bit too similar to the one I've used on the journaling, which is why I went for the other piece. So I'm using this paper bow. I wanted to reduce a little bit of bulk, so I've just removed the foam sticker from the back of that and replaced it with some double-sided tape. I know a lot of people like to avoid bulk in their pocket pages. It doesn't bother me too much, but that was an easy way to reduce it just a little bit. Alright, so I am sticking that one down now in the center. Now I'm happy with how that looks, so now I'm just going to stick that tag onto that pattern paper piece. Okay, so that is now done. I will add some stitching to that tag a little bit later as well. Next I'm going to add a little bit of little bits and pieces to both of these photos. This top right one, all I'm going to do is add that little date tag. So I've got some double-sided tape on the back of the tag just to stick it into place so that it stays there. And the twine I'm stretching up and over the top of the photo, and then I'm going to use my tiny attacher to staple that into place. And then I can just trim the excess off the back. So that one's now done. Now for the bottom left photo, where my kids are holding their Easter baskets, I've got the yellow label from the die cut pack. I'm just sticking that onto the photo so that it's hanging off the edge a little bit, and then I can trim the edge off, just so it's going off the side of the photo there. I've got one of those mint mini wide paper clips I'm just putting onto the edge of that. And now I've got this circular piece that says happy, and that's from last month's Felicity Jane kit. So I'm just going to stick that sort of coming off the top of the label, and to finish it off I'm going to add one of those little heart puffy stickers. So that is now done. All I need to do now is add a little bit of stitching to the journaling piece and to that tag, and this spread will be done. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing how this one's come together. It's been quite a while since I've done a pocket page and I'm really behind, so I'll be doing more of these very soon. Let me know if you've got any questions, just pop it down below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. I'll leave a link to Felicity Jane down below as well, and I'll see you again soon with another project. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye for now.